Well, the J-League's entertainers are back on show this afternoon. Consadole Sapporo's fixtures this season have produced 100 goals, more than any other club by a considerable margin. Today, relegation throwing Kashiwa Reysol are in town, aiming to continue their upswing in form. Welcome along to the Sapporo Dome as Mihailo Petrovic's team look to add to their fine metrics in front of goal, while at the same time hope to be a little less porous at the back. For the neutral, Consa have been a great watch this season, but scoring and conceding goals in almost equal measure was not exactly what the veteran coach was looking for, and a recent exit from the League Cup means today's hosts have little to play for as the campaign begins its business end. Kashiwa Reysol's need for points is much more pressing, currently 16th in the J-League standings. Masami Ihara's team know a win would help them keep clear of the solitary relegation place, 5 points ahead of the bottom place club Shonan Bellmare, who play later today. Victory this afternoon would be a significant shot in the arm for a club that has struggled for much of the campaign but has seen better performances in recent months. In fact, Reysol have lost just one of their last 7 matches, a run that has steadied the ship. And while it's a long-standing thought that any significant cup run can hinder clubs at the wrong end of a league table, it seems the reverse is true with today's visitors. Through to the semi-finals of the Emperor's Cup, Reysol will play second-tier Roasso Kumamoto at the last 4 stage, and a first piece of silverware since 2012 is a real possibility for today's visitors. Key to Reysol's rise is their improved defence. They have kept clean sheets in 3 of their last 5 games across all competition, and indeed 5 of their last 9. But their backline will be tested like never before this afternoon if Consadole Sapporo's attack lives up to its 2023 numbers. Despite their relatively lowly position of 13th in the J-League, only title-chasing Yokohama F. Marinos could boast more goals heading into this match day. Let's check out the teams for you. Mihailo Petrovic tweaks his 11 today. Akito Fukumori and Lucas Fernandez both return, with Daihachi Okamura and Hiroki Miyazawa absent from the matchday squad. Seababa is away on international duty. It's 3-4-2-1 for the hosts, with Tsuyoshi Ogashiwa as the central striker. The 25-year-old can boast 3 goals against Reysol in his career, including in that chaotic 5-4 away win back in June. Our referee is Koichiro Fukushima. It's the 39-year-old's 3rd game at the Sapporo Dome this season. Consa have won the previous 2. Reysol can boast a play 2-1-2 record this term, with today's official as the man in the middle. On VAR duty for us, Hirokazu Otsubo. Aichi Katayama is recalled by Masami Ihara today. The veteran defender comes in at right back, with Takumi Tsuchiya dropping to the bench. It's a 4-4-2 formation that has provided solidity in recent games for Reysol. They stick with that today. Kota Yamada and Mao Hasoya lead the attack. The latter can boast 10 goals this term, including in the loss at home earlier this season to Consadole Sapporo. We're at the Sapporo Dome this afternoon. Consadole Sapporo against Kashiwa Reysol. They go head-to-head. Well, Mihailo Petrovic's team got the better of Masami Ihara's side in a crackerjack of a league fixture back in June, winning 5-4 away from home. They were dumped out of the Emperor's Cup by Reysol this season, going down 1-0 last month in the 4th round of the oldest knockout competition in the country. So in terms of games won this term, it is 1 apiece. Consa have settled into mid-table, riding their red-hot spring to move clear of the drop zone and all but guarantee their safety this season. Reysol 5 points clear of the relegation place, with an improved defence the main reason that they have moved away from 18th spot. That is Shinji Ono, who announced this week that he will end his remarkable 26-year career at the end of this campaign, a former Asian Player of the Year and UEFA Cup winner in his time in Europe. Gets set then for Consadole Sapporo versus Kashiwa Reysol at the Sapporo Dome. Consa almost certain finish in mid-table this term. For Reysol, there is much more on this fixture. An early sighter from the visitors that flies over the crossbar. A win today would see them go 8 points clear of the relegation place. Mao Hasoya taking a strike inside the opening 30 seconds or so. 10 goals so far this season, the last coming against Yokohama FC earlier this month. 8 last term, that was his best return prior to this season. Here he goes again. Well, just tried to inch it inside the penalty area, looking for the movement of Yuto Yamada, who came back to the club after a loan spell at Tochigi in the second tier earlier this season. And this potentially would have been a fast start for Kashiwa. 2 opportunities inside the opening minute as Consadole Sapporo have started half asleep. There is Shun Takagi. Look a little bit nervous at the back, and that, unfortunately for Consadole Sapporo, has been the case for much of this season. They have conceded some 49 goals. It's an incredible number. There they go again, giving possession away. Drew their last game 1-1 away against Nagoya, but haven't won any of their last 3 in league and cup, as Takagi goes long again. But this has been a really positive start from Kashiwa Reysol, as Taiyo Koga will play it back towards Kenta Matsumoto, aiming to add to his 6 clean sheets so far this season. Takagi is only making his 5th appearance in goal for Consa. He's only managed 1 so far, and his save percentage a fairly lowly 50%. They've struggled at the back, and I'm sure that Masami Ihara knows that. He'll be hoping to put the home side under pressure from the get-go, and that's exactly what the team in white are doing here. Consa looking to play around the press. Incredible game between the two earlier this season in the league. Consadole winning by 5 goals to 4. Went ahead as early as the 10th minute before being pegged back. They went 3-1 in front before goals either side of the break from Koyamatsu, and Hosoya made it 3-3. Kaneko made it 4-3, then 4-4 when Mutu scored in the 90th minute, and then Tanaka's even later goal giving Consadole Sapporo a 5-4 success in one of the games of the season. But as we highlighted just ahead of kickoff, the Emperor's Cup success from Kashiwa Reysol does level up proceedings between the two in terms of wins and in terms of goals scored as well. So we'll see what happens with this 3rd meeting between the two this afternoon. You'll see plenty of hard running from Tsuyoshi Ogashiwa. He's got 5 goals so far this season. Kobayashi will play just in behind, as will Superchok Sadachat, the Thai international. He's got his team moving well in advanced areas as Mihailo Petrovic, but not so much at the other end. That's where they have struggled. Just the 3 clean sheets across 2023 in J-League play, and only 2 at home. He does fancy Kashiwa Reysol to at least score today. Whether the 1 will be enough, we will find out over the course of the 90. Reysol have won 4 of the last 5 meetings in all competitions. Incidentally, their last away success coming last year, a 6-1 win here. Consa's last home win, a 3-1 victory back in November of 21. Managed to secure the double that season. Haven't had a draw between the two. In 18 matches, it is all or nothing when these two sides play. Last time that they shared the spoils was back in April 2010 in a 2nd-tier fixture. A 1-1 draw here. Matsumoto goes long. Thump back with a bit of interest. That'll bounce through. Good pressure to try and win the ball back. Oh, and that's a poor-looking challenge. Now, the referee took a look at that, and eventually the hit is brilliantly saved by Matsumoto. Kobayashi got hold of that one all right. Not quite sure if it was curling in, but there was a penalty shout for me here. It will be looked at. Hirokazu Otsubo is on VAR duty. What do we think about that challenge? Well, there was a little bit of an appeal. It's a little clumsy. In the end, Kobayashi took on the shot from outside the area. Nothing doing in terms of a spot kick, it would appear. Matsumoto called into action, taking no chances just by pushing that one behind for a corner. First of the game, and it's gone Konsa's way after fighting off early pressure. Good-looking ball in as well, flat trajectory, and then the shot on the volley wide of the target. Well, chances at both ends inside the opening 6 minutes. Hopefully this is the shape of things to come. Unbeaten in their last 3 on their travels, Kashiwa Reysol. Kobayashi with 3 goals so far this season. This one was well struck. It was going wide, but Matsumoto taking no chances. Kobayashi, who's yet to score against Kashiwa Reysol in 6 previous games against him. He's only been on the winning side once previously, 4 defeats. Aside from Vissel Kobe ahead of this season. Challenge on Matteo Savio. And his form has been key for Kashiwa Reysol, the way that they have moved away from the relegation zone in terms of points, if not positions, but with only the one team going down this season. It does make it a little easier for those sides that have struggled over the course of 2023. Shonan Bellmare at the moment, bottom of the table. Shun Takagi organises his defenders. Matteo Savio ready to curl this one inside the area into the arms of Takagi, who will immediately throw it out and try to get something going for Konsa with Superchok Sarachats. Not the easiest of starts this season for Superchok, who came initially on loan last season, didn't score. Sami Ihare will be live to the thread of the Thai international. Scored a couple of goals in the League Cup very early on this season against Sagan in a 4-1 home success. And then the goals started to flow in league play. The last a couple earlier this month in a 4-0 success over Gamba Osaka. Their last J1 win, incidentally, earlier this month. They have won in the League Cup since, but that was against Yokohama F Marinos. They managed to win the first leg of their quarter-final League Cup success, but not the second. They were beaten 5-3 on aggregate. Takamine will play it back. It is Inukai, and now Matsumoto, as the game has just calmed down a little bit after a really good start to proceedings here. Tanaka for Takagi. Just 2 wins in their last 11 in all competitions, 3 in their last 17 for Consadole Sapporo. Only 1 win in their last 12 in the Japanese top division. As we mentioned previously, they had a really good spring session when they rose up the table, and that was enough to accumulate enough points to almost certainly stay in the top flight. Not mathematically sure just yet, but enough teams below them, you would have thought. Different for Kashiwa Reysol. Although they have been much improved recently, the job isn't done just yet. And they did lose last time out to Avispa, first loss after 8 without defeat. Did win their previous 3. Diego Jara with the header. Turned back by Nakamura. And now Tanaka. Nakamura again. That's a clever ball, Fernandez to turn. Kobayashi. Fernandez again. Well, back backwards and sideways at the moment, but just looking to establish some sort of control here. Consadole Sapporo, they are a side that generally enjoys more possession than their opponents. That possession percentage has dropped a little bit over the course of the last couple of months, but they still rank 4th in having the ball with 53.4, their average in 2023. Contrast that to 44.8 for Kashiwa Reysol. They are a side that look to try and break. And here they go. Osoya to turn, needs a bit of help. He's got 4 players in red and black stripes around him. Still manages to retain possession. Matteo Savio with a back heel, looking to try and play in Diego Jara. But it's clipped away, and Consadole Sapporo on the move again. Kobayashi won't get to that. Takamina plays it down now in Nikai. Here he is again, sign from Urawa. Been a bit part player as well this season. 1 or 2 injury issues, got a good record against Consa Sapporo, scoring a 4-0 home success against them back in June of 21 for his former club. Takamina, Osoya, Diego Jara. Step over and another. He's done well. He's still going forward. Awkward challenge again that might warrant a second glance from those officials, but in fairness to the Brazilian, doesn't really look for the penalty here. Scored for Sagan Tosu against Consa Sapporo last season in a 2-1 win here. Suffered with injuries earlier this season, missed the start of the campaign. It's only a 9th start after signing from Sagan in December. 3 years at Tokushima, and also played at Mito and Matsumoto, both on loan from Joinville, the Brazilian side where he came through and made his name before moving to Japan. Fair to say as well that Kashiwa Reysol haven't amassed as many points as some of their metrics suggested they should have. Their expected goal figure this season in the Japanese top flight is 34.8. They've only scored 26, so I'd like to think any sort of regression between now and the end of the season would see that figure jump up a little bit. And their expected goals against figure 34.3, and they've conceded 39. So again, those numbers and underlying form would suggest this upswing recently is deserved. That's an awkward one into the advertising boards of one of our effects mics. Is there a little bit of afters here, maybe? Lucas Fernandez, the perpetrator, just suggesting that it was a physical battle, 50-50 duel that he got the better of. Another player that's struggled with injury this season. 2 coaches with plenty of experience. Masami Ihara was a really good player, Asian Player of the Year back in the mid-90s, a Japanese international, over 100 caps for his country. Played in the World Cup in 1998, played alongside Shinji Ono, incidentally. He was asked about Shinji Ono ahead of the game today, and had an awful lot of respect for him. Knows that Ono had a wonderful career. Unlike Ono, didn't head to Europe to play. Nakamura, Fernandez. Interesting to see Fernandez on that left-hand side. We saw Daiki Suga play as the left wing back fairly frequently this season, but he's now filling in as one of the 3 centre-backs. This is Asano. Still going, he's had a really good campaign with 10 goals. Okashiwa. Asano calling for it again. Kashiwa lets fly, an awkward bounce. Kobayashi took it on, and Matsumoto makes a comfortable save. Japanese international, but the last of his 6 caps coming some 4 years ago now. Player that had spells in Dutch football with Heerenveen and also played in Belgium with Beveren. Also out in the Middle East with Al Khor, and indeed in Korea with both Seoul and Gangwon. Back in Japan last season for the first time in some 6 years. Komai, Tagagi. Komai again to turn. Fernandez. Arms go up. Flag doesn't follow. That's a clever leave from Ogashiwa. Realised that if he went for the ball, he would have been called offside. And while the Kashiwa defenders worried about one player that wasn't going to go for the ball, suddenly they had to quick step it to try and clear. Here's an opportunity for Sapporo. So Nakamura up from the back. He's weighed in with 1 goal so far this season. Ogashiwa inside the 6-yard box. Kobayashi waits as well, closest to us here. Yamada detailed to try and track him. Matsumoto with the instructions and encouragements to his teammates. So, corner for Consadole Sapporo. 4 goals from corners so far this season. This lot are expecting one here. Outswinger order of the day. Nodded away by Koga. Kobayashi again with that hit from the edge of the area, punched away by Matsumoto. Taken down by Sarachat. Still the pressure is on. Fukamori. 3-weight inside the penalty area. Another good effort, this time wide of the target from Lucas Fernandez. Well, we're seeing shots from outside of the area. It was this Daiki Suga that took it on from Fernandez's ball. The full-back, wing-back comes centre-half. Scored against FC Tokyo back in May, the last time he scored in the league, in a 5-1 home success. Also scored in the League Cup this term. Solitary cap for the Japanese national side back in December of 2019. Was in the Copa America squad when Japan played in that competition back in 2019, but didn't make any appearance. Kobayashi back up on his feet. Quite sure what happened here. Centre of your screen. Just seemed to get in each other's way. So no goals in the opening 18 minutes here. Consadole Sapporo have been something of a first-half side over the course of the season. They've only managed 5 second-half goals in the last dozen games in the J-League. Diego Jara. It is Daiki Suga. Nakamura for Takagi. Tanaka. Nakamura. Superchok Sarachat tries to take that one down, just gets away from it. It will be a throw into Consadole Sapporo. Komai. Still probing away. Right, then left. Fernandez can't take it first time. It will be a throw in which Daiki Suga will take quickly. Here is Superchok Sarachat, just dropping a little deep. Kobayashi has made a run inside the area. And now, after that nervy start from Sapporo, just beginning to find a bit of rhythm in the opposition half. That's a loose pass, though, and it's easily cut out. Mateus Savio will come forward. Hosoya through the centre will pounce on this one, looking to angle the shots. finds the corner, perfectly placed. 11th goal of the campaign. Well, he had opportunities very early on in this fixture that he didn't take. He opened up his body here. You could see what he was trying to do. And Kashiwa Reysol have the advantage. Consadole Sapporo were a little slack. They gave the ball away. Matteo Savio intercepted. How about that for a ball? Had enough pace to just get half a yard on the backtracking Consa back line. Keeper knew what he was faced with here, as Mao Hosoya just opened up his body, but he could do nothing about it. Real accuracy, precision rather than power, kissing the post and finding the back of the net. Really good goal in transition, wasn't it, really? A loose pass, and Kashiwa pounced. Well, he's 23, Mao Hosoya, keeps on scoring goals. He could well be Europe-bound. More and more J-League players heading to the major European leagues with plenty of success. Kobayashi beaten in the air. Immediately one back. Here is Asano. 10 goals this season, the last against Gamba. Had a really good start to the campaign. A player that's never scored against Reysol. Asano again. Free kick. So another opportunity to get the ball inside the penalty area potentially here. Mentioned just the 4 goals from corners, but 8 headed goals so far this season for Consadole Sapporo. Highest line on the edge of the penalty area. Expect a left-footed in-swinging free kick here with the likes of Kobayashi, Sadachat and Ogashiwa all waiting on the edge of the box. In-swinger from Fukumori. Flicked away and that'll be a corner. Shunta Tanaka, who's down. Got one in the face somewhere. Oh, now then, I just wonder if they might look at that one. Was it unintentional? It looks a little violent. I have no doubt that Shunta Tanaka is not faking this one. He really got caught on the chin. Well, he's got so much experience, certainly in Japanese football. Mihailo Petrovic, former player with Crvena Zvezda, amongst others. Just have a look at this. You can see the elbow comes out. Have some of that. In fairness to Eiichi Katayama, his elbow's not particularly high, but as he backs in, he does catch Shunta Tanaka. I don't think it's intentional. But Katayama back in the starting lineup here. No doubt catching the Sapporo number 2. This is his 17th year in Japanese football, over 700 games coached. And has been at Consadole Sapporo since the start of the 2018 campaign. Maybe a replacement required here. Shoto Nishino, who's just 19, is warming up. hasn't played in the J-League this season. He's only made one league appearance. That was a couple of campaigns ago. He's played in the League Cup and the Emperor's Cup this term, but those supporters will be hoping that Shunta Tanaka is okay to continue. So just a corner after all that, deemed an accidental elbow in the face, which it probably was. But Consadole Sapporo have the opportunity to try and get back on terms. Nakamura waits. Tanaka not back on the pitch yet. And it comes towards Kobayashi. It's going to be another corner. Clutch of Kashiwa players at that near post, smuggling the ball to safety. Tanaka's back on. Sapporo with another corner. Another outswinger towards that near post, and it's another corner. I think the Kashiwa players are claiming that it curled out before it came back in. Takamine argues for a split second and then re-engages with the hustle and bustle inside the Kashiwa Reysol penalty area. Matsumoto waits. Last few have been near post, this a little more central, but again it's defended well. Takamine with the headed clearance. Well, Kashiwa's record when taking the lead is far from stellar. This is the 12th time that they've done it so far this season, as we see one player get a little bit of treatment. Is this why? Maybe. The previous 11 times, incidentally, when they've nudged in front, they've only won 5 of those 11. 5 draws, 1 defeat. Last defeat when leading was against Avispa in their last game, so it'll be fresh in his mind that his team need to be a little better now they've got this advantage. Sapporo's last come-from-behind success in the League Cup against Yokohama F. Marinos here, a 3-2 win. Ikisuga. Kobayashi beaten to it by Mattia Savio. And Tanaka feeling it a little bit, and he's given away again. And Savio once more looking for another quick counter here. Mattia Savio. So looking to win it back with Kobayashi. That's a free kick. Both sides giving the ball away, but Kobayashi with a bit of a grab on Tomoki Takamina. Came through the youth academy at Consadole Sapporo. Did Tomoki Takamina. 94 appearances here before moving on. Coming up to the half hour. Consadole Sapporo 0, Kashiwa Reysol 1. Takagi. Komai. Takagi again, very much sweeper-keeper at the moment. Are they inviting the press? It seems to be a thing these days, and they've lost possession. But Takagi will pounce on it inside his own penalty area. I don't think that tactic is working particularly well. On a couple of occasions, they've looked really nervous at the back and given the ball away. And here come Reysol again. Hosoya. Mattia Savio inside. Diego Jara on the left flank. Here is Mattia Savio doing the pointing, wants a bit of help. Koga. Diego Jara with the flick. Can he get away from Asano here? Not quite strong enough to bully the right wing back off the ball. Right wing back and top goal scorer for Consadole Sapporo this season with 13 different scorers this season for Sapporo. Asano tops the local charts with 10, with Kaneko on 7 and Sarachat 6, Kashiwa 5. Different goal scorers, 15 different players that have registered an assist. The whole team has joined in with this remarkable season. 100 goals, well, 101 now. Their fixtures have witnessed. If you're a neutral and you want to see a J-League fixture, well, Consadole Sapporo are the team that you should be looking to watch. Just the one goal here. Yellow card has come out. Sana controls. Didn't look too much in that. He's frustrated. So he'll miss the next fixture for Kashiwa Reysol. That's a blow. 3 goals against Consa in his career, including 2. The 90th minute in a 2-1 League Cup win back in April of 22. That was here. His side have got defensive work to do. This is Fukumori to curl in. Clip to the edge of the area and Suga strike. Fine save from Matsumoto. Second opportunity to try and test the keeper, but it was blocked. Super Chok Sarachat's effort. Well, Daiki Suga. Twice now we've seen hits from that sort of range, that sort of angle. This was well worked and well struck, wasn't it? Technique is difficult. It was goal bound. It took a deflection, didn't it? Tanaka. Ikisuga making his way forward again. This is Fernandez, though. On the left-hand side, can he keep it in play? Just. Ikisuga. Fukumori is lurking. Likewise, Komai. Yoshiaki Komai again. Suga. Neat play from Komai. Kobayashi. Back towards Komai. It's cleared away. Where the keeper is, Shun Takagi. Tanaka. Better from Sapporo. Kobayashi looking for a quick 1-2, gets away from the 99, and it's a goal kick here, but that was better from Consadole Sapporo. And Shinji Ono, who played 2 Emperor's Cup games this season, both from off the bench for 1 minute and 5 minutes. It's not that bad, is it, Shinji? Come on. He's had to watch quite a few from the sidelines this season. He is 44. He's had a very long career. Not used by Mihailo Petrovic. Suga. Fernandez. Still Lucas Fernandez looking to switch play over the head of Asano. Tanaka can't get there. Mateus Savio and now Diego Jara. Forward initially by Takamina. Soya. Yamada is his strike partner here. Here is Yamada. Hasn't been quite as effective as Hosoya this season. Yet to score, in fact. Deep across that evades everybody in white. Mateus Savio manages to keep the move alive, though. Diego Jara. Here he is again. Hosoya, Yamada, Hosoya goes again. Well, Diego Jara claiming that off the ball there was a bit of a shove on Reysol's top goal scorer. Flick back by Yamada, good interchange of play between the two. Has weighed in with 2 assists this season. Yuto Yamada, Koto Yamada rather, but he's yet to score. Are they complaining about that incident from just a few moments ago? Let's take another look. Good interchange, wasn't it, here? The give and go. And it was Fukumori who potentially caught Hosoya. Well, there was a bit of an arm. It was outside the box. He's a really good player. In his Japanese debut last summer. 21 from 97, having come through the academy ranks. Not quite sure what the hold-up is here. It's going to be a free kick to Kashiwa Reysol. Obviously, it was outside the penalty area, that incident, so they wouldn't be checking it for that. Or if they were, surely they would have found out fairly swiftly. We restart. 8 minutes or so remaining of the half, but we might get a little bit of added on time here. We've had the odd stoppage for one reason or another. Takamina. Yamada. So just checks his run, stays onside. Yamada still has it. Diego Jara, 3 inside the penalty area. It'll come for Hosoya again! And he's scored again! He's got that happy knack of being in the right place at the right time. He's having such a good season. And he moves on from goal number 11 to goal number 12. And true to how they've been defending all season long, Consadole Sapporo concede again. Touch to control. It wasn't the best of touches, really, but he had enough time in between Sapporo defenders to just set himself and guide into the net. The keeper had no chance whatsoever. He might have took a slight deflection. It didn't really matter, did it? Goal bound anyway. But you've got to stop the cross first and foremost. And Sapporo all over the place at the back. Well, they'll go 8 points clear of Shonan Bellmare with a win. Shonan Bellmare play a little bit later on today. But Mao Hosoya at the double. And Kashiwa Reysol lead by 2. Asano. Initially by Fukumori. This is Komae. Loses out to Yamada. Sawyer is on a hat-trick through the centre. Matteo Savio, that's just behind him. Made his debut back in 2019, Mao Hosoya. 6 substitute appearances, didn't score. Only used off the bench the following season, didn't score. He netted for the first time in the J-League in 2021, then 8 goals last season, now 12 this. It's been really good progression from the 22-year-old, only just 22 as well, turned 22 earlier this month. He made his international debut against China in a 0-0 draw in an East Asian Cup clash. Never scored a hat-trick in his senior career, and that's the first brace. 5 minutes to go until the break, plus added on time, and again a set piece here for Sapporo, looking to put Reysol under pressure. Nakamura up from the back. Home support still believe. Plenty of time to try and get back into this game. Fukumori to curl in, half a dozen to aim at here. That's good delivery. Nodded away to the edge of the area. Kamai lets it bounce. Suga, Lucas Fernandez, got a shove, free kick. Well, he complains, but he's on a yellow card. And if he continues, and the second yellow could potentially come his way. Been sent off in his J-League career, first time for everything. Something for Masami Ihara to ponder as half-time approaches. Free kick then for Sapporo. No one far post. Bounces through and should be cleared. Well, just enough strength from Hosoya. Man of the moment, certainly. Man of the first half. And Consadole Sapporo just haven't found any rhythm at the moment. And it's been a disjointed display, and that's something that you could suggest about the last half dozen, maybe even more games. Not seeing the best of Consadole Sapporo. And while they've kept conceding goals as they have done all season, they've started not to score like they did earlier this term. They've scored more than one, only twice in their last 12 in J1, and they failed to score in 5 of their last 10. Numbers that you would not have thought possible if you watched them earlier this season. Tanaka. Fukumori. Kobayashi will play it back. Over the head of Super Chok Sarachat. Suga. Nakamura for Fukumori. And now Nakamura again. Fairly ponderous build-up play at the moment. They can have all the possession they want in this middle third. It's not going to hurt Kashiwa Reysol. And Masami Ihara's side will be quite happy to let the centre-backs have possession. Nakamura a little more direct. Kobayashi. Fukumori. Suga. Lucas Fernandez, left-hand side. It's back towards Nakamura. Well, they're inching a little further forward, just about inside the Kashiwa Reysol half. Nakamura. But they're well set at the minute. Reysol, this is Lucas Fernandez over the top. He will get there. Can he get the cross in? Kobayashi waits, Ogashiwa waits. This is Super Chok Sarachat. And then Fukumori looking for Asano. Doesn't quite work out, but when there's an injection of pace, suddenly Sapporo look a different side. Lucas Fernandez. Suga. Asano lets that one drift away, and Mateus Savio can let it bounce out for a throw. Just one or two signs of life from the home side. Diego Jalo with a throw. 3 minutes of added on time. Well, in this day and age, it doesn't feel enough, does it? Reysol fans will not complain. Fukumori. Tanaka. Oh, nearly give it away again, but this occasion, Katayama unable to intercept. Fukumori. Lucas Fernandez. Komai. Lucas Fernandez again. Wanting to come forward. It's a positive run. This is Komai to curl back in, but he won't fall for Asano. Always curling away from the right wing back. We've seen so little of him. He was the main attacking force earlier this season, but he's been quiet. It's been well marshalled so far by Diego Jara, and the fact that Diego Jara likes to get forward on that left-hand side just means that Yuya Asano hasn't been able to get forward as much as we've seen him in previous games. Obviously, the plan is working as far as Masami Ihara is concerned. Not so much for Mihailo Petrovic. Suga's header. Super Sarachat brings it down. Ogashiwa loses out. And now Takagi for Nakamura. Tanaka. Last minute of the added-on 3. Kashiwa Reysol increasingly likely to head to the dressing rooms with a 2-goal advantage. 2 goals from Mao Hosoya. Asano. Kobayashi. Tanaka. Kobayashi wants it back. He'll get it second time of asking. Get a little lucky here. Oh, Asano's brought down. Play continues with Super Sarachat. And it's cleared away. Well, it was outside the area. You fancy that they'd take the free kick if they could, but we went into the next phase here. Asano was certainly caught. Might just have time here to restart. Let's take a look at the challenge outside the area. Clumsy. Bit of translation might be required here. Spent enough time in Japan, though, over the last few years, says Diego Jara. Surely would have picked up the odd word, certainly when it comes to berating referees. Just a throw. Asano will take and get it back. And win a corner. Half-time team talk will be a little easier if Sapporo can grab one back here for Mihailo Petrovic. What next for Shinji Ono? Will he become a coach? You wonder. He's given so much to the game. Surely he's got to stay in it in some capacity. Only announced his retirement this week. Didn't say what he was going to do next. Fukumori to curl in back post. Nakamura was waiting. Referee blows for half-time, and this has been a thoroughly professional display from Masami Ihara's side. It's Kashiwa Reysol with 2 goals from Mao Hosoya. That sees the visitors lead. 2 really well-taken goals from an informed striker. Goals number 11 and 12 of the campaign. And Sapporo, well, their leakiness at the back on show once again, but they haven't been at their best at the other end. That's been the problem for them, and there is work to do here for the hosts. At half-time, it's Consadole Sapporo 0, Kashiwa Reysol 2.
明治安田生命 J1 リーグ第29節アイクラブラブ&サンクスマッチ、北海道コンサドーレ札幌対柏レイソル、後半キックオフ、時間は2時5分2時5分です。前半皆さんの熱い声援ありがとうございます。さあ後半キックオフまで少々時間がありますので、この時間はご自身のスイッチをちょっとオフにしておいてもらって、試合が始まったらまた熱い声援よろしくお願いします。その間は皆さんにはぜひ彼女たちのパフォーマンスで楽しんでもらいましょう。北海道コンサドーレ札幌勝利の女神コンサドールズのパフォーマンスです。 の産地キックの FC の兄弟ガンバーの大阪は秋島で行われるという大事になっております。この戦いの試合も準々です。さあ、そして負けられない戦いが続いている札幌ドームは北海道コンサドーレ札幌対柏レイソル。後半キックオフの時間が近づいてまいりまして、我らが赤黒選手が登場してきております。どうぞ声出し OK です。選手の名前を呼んで、ぜひ声援を、力を、パワーを送ってください。皆さんも大きな拍手よろしくお願いします。さあ、それではまだまだここから行くぞ北海道コンサドーレ札幌。
Welcome back to the Sapporo Dome, where the hosts, Consadole Sapporo, trail. And the expressions on the faces of those home players certainly tell a story. The Kashiwa Reysol players just coming out to the pitch now. And it's that young man, Mao Hasoya, that has done the damage to the home team. 2 goals for the 22-year-old. First brace in his senior career, goals numbers 11 and 12 this season. Means that Kashiwa Reysol are in control to a certain extent here, you would suggest. Got the semi-final of the Emperor's Cup coming up next weekend away at Roasso Kumamoto. That's a huge opportunity for them. And then a big game away at Urawa Reds, but they've got home fixtures that they will fancy their chances of picking up 3 points, and they might not need too many more wins if they can grab 3 points here to make sure of their top flight status for 2024. 2-goal advantage here. Not over the line, given Consa's scoring prowess over the course of the season, but firm favourites to pick up a key victory as we await this second half to get underway. So get set for the second half. Kashiwa Reysol leading Consadole Sapporo by 2-0. Just a bit of communication issues, it would appear, maybe here between officials, fourth official and referee. Koichiro Fukushima. Third time that he's here this season. Consa have won the previous 2. Change of battery. Need a bit of a charge, maybe. Making sure communication is working between the fourth official himself and indeed his 2 assistants. And Hirokazu Otsubo, who's on VAR duty as well. Players wait while the referee gets themselves organised. Underway then for the second half as Kashiwa Reysol take this 2-goal advantage into the final 45, hoping to make sure of a big win in their fight against relegation. Would be unlikely to see them go down. 2 teams below them, Shonan Bellmare 5 points behind, and Yokohama FC, who have already played over this match weekend and drawn away at Urawa Reds. On the face of it, a good point, given the Reds' lofty status as the 3rd best side in the division, but not necessarily enough in terms of their fight against avoiding the drop. They're just 2 points clear of Shonan Bellmare, who could find themselves off bottom spot if they win a little later today when they face Cerezo Osaka. But as far as Reysol are concerned, they would not jump a place with a victory here. They're 6 points behind Sagan Tosu, who also play a little later against Kyoto Saga, side just a point and a place above them. for Kashiwa Reysol, this could be massive now. There's still problems here. There we go. Is it the battery? Does it need charging? Is it issue with the headset? Just a replacement. Always the worst when tech goes wrong. A little surprised that the coaches don't just require their players to continue one or two stretches and warm-up exercises, as we haven't started as we should have done. Those are the 2 goals in the first half from Hosoya. Be great for him to get a first senior hat-trick here. Well, Masami Ihara doesn't look impressed at all, does he? So let's try again. Mihajlo Petrovic has jettisoned the jacket. So hopefully communication between all match officials is now working, and we can restart with no further interruptions. Diego Jana to clear. Hosoya with a layoff. Yamada to come forward. Hosoya again. Into Yamada in a good position. There could be another goal here. There should have been. Big opportunity for Matteo Savio. That really should have been 3. Beautifully played in. Sapporo defenders switch off once again. Credit Kota Yamada here. Great running, and that's an awful shot from Matteo Savio. Gets underneath it, skies it. Shocking technique from a very good Brazilian. He was part of some good Brazilian under-20 sides a few years ago. Played in Europe with Estoril in Portugal briefly. And was on the books of Flamenco. Did play for them. Well, they rue that missed opportunity. Between these 2 sides. Sapporo 12 clear of last place. It seemed highly unlikely for them to go down, but they're not safe just yet. Hosoya. Still got to play Yokohama F. Marinos and Yokohama FC, Sanfrecce Hiroshima, FC Tokyo and Urawa Reds their last game. A mixed bag in terms of quality of opposition, and they might have enough with 33 points anyway. Fukumori. Nakamura. Suga. Here is Takagi again, way outside of his area. The touch is a little heavy. He prods it forward. Suga, Fukumori, alive to the pressure that Kota Yamada was bringing. Kobayashi lays it off. Komai, Tanaka. Tries his luck from distance, does Nakamura. Asano. Okashira has made a run. This is Kobayashi. Flick forward towards Asano. Good brave goalkeeping, but the follow-up goes in from Superchok Sarachat, and Sapporo are back in this one. I just wonder if the officials will look at the challenge on the keeper at the minute the goal stands. Really good running from Asano. It was brave from Matsumoto. Let's take another look at this. There's a bit to pick out of it. Asano goes Kobayashi. Asano is onside. It's all a bit awkward, but that's a fine goal, isn't it, from Supachoksara Sarachat. Really good technique. It's not the easiest of opportunities. It spins up, he's under pressure, and he gets the studs to it to prod it home beyond Matsumoto, but that's a little awkward, isn't it, to the keeper, who gets back up quickly enough. But a collision potentially after the ball had gone, but it will stand. And as is the way with Consa Sapporo, they rarely fail to score, only 3 times at home this season. Tanaka. Suddenly playing with their heads up, Consa Sapporo. Really established himself this season, Supachoksara Sarachat. That's goal number 7. Fernandez tries to flick it round the corner. Counter could be on. There's plenty of home defenders back, but we know how quick Sawyer is. Nakamura does well. This is Lucas Fernandez, and now Takagi, and eventually Komai. Fokomori. Lucas Fernandez, bounce, doesn't get away from him and does well to keep it in play. Still Lucas Fernandez. Daiki Suga. Kobayashi. Lucas Fernandez again. Consa looking a lot more confident all of a sudden. Seeing their patience pay off. Kamai, Kobayashi. Oh, Ogashiwa just unable to control that. It was fired at him rather than to him. Scored a couple in the 3-2 home win against Yokohama Marinos in the League Cup quarter-final first leg, and did score in the reverse fixture against Kashiwa. Nakamura with a header. Yamada. Takamina loses out. Ogashiwa wins it back. That's going to be a free kick offside. Nakamura with the interception. It's a test now for Kashiwa Reysol, different type of test. Obviously, they still lead, but they have got the youngest squad in the J-League in terms of starters. Will that inexperience count against them in a situation like this? 2-0 up, big chance to make it 3. Suddenly, the difference between the two sides is just the 1. Only 3 successes on their travels this season from 16 games in all competitions. Only 1 clean sheet in their last 9 now. Here is Kobayashi. Asano, we're suddenly seeing more of him since the start of this second period. Away from Mateus Savio. Tanaka. Asano. Kobayashi. Asano looked for a 1-2, was blocked off. Diego Jara complains. I'm not quite sure if Asano will get the assist for the goal. If he is awarded it, 14 goal involvements this season for him. 4 assists, 10 goals. What does the playbook say here for Masami Ihara? Mihailo Petrovic's eyes on the pitch at the moment. dribbled in towards the penalty spot and to the edge of the area. Daiki Suga, Lucas Fernandez. Suga wants to go again. Felt like it stayed up for now. Well, stayed down for now, and then it does go up. I must admit, I thought it'd go up, and then went down again, and then goes up. Always looked like he was in an offside position. Really good cutback nonetheless. Let's have another look at this. Yeah, he's miles off. Yamada flicks it forward for Yuto Yamada, and now back towards Kota Yamada. Visiting support doing all they can. Nakamura, Kamai, all the attacks start with him. Tanaka will flick it on. Asano is on the move. Defensive work for Kashiwa Reysol here, cleared away by Matsumoto. Matias Savio to take a touch. The turn quite good enough to make progress on that right-hand side. Changes a foot here. And Ryota Aoki looks to be the player that's going to be entrusted to come on. Bit part really for the former Nagoya player this season. Only started 9 games. Scoring that 6-1 win, or 6-1 defeat, I should say, to Reysol 18 months or so ago. Suga. Nakamura. This is Kamai. It's a little loose, and it's one back. Yamada does well. Here this is Yuta Yamada looking for the runner for Soya. And Takagi had to wait until the ball dribbled inside the penalty area before he could pick it up. Suga on the move, controls first time, really good touch from Daiki Suga. Now it's with Lucas Fernandez, back towards Daiki Suga! Beautifully worked, really difficult opportunity. Kashiwa Reysol defenders racing back to get in position to get the block in. Combination play between Suga and Lucas Fernandez on the left-hand side has been great. How about that for a touch to bring it down? Here is Super Chok. Super Chok's had a chat through a penalty area, couldn't find the corner. Corner was taken quickly by Kobayashi. Diego Jara's headed clearance fell kindly for the tie. Played in the friendlies in June for Thailand. Scored a lot of goals at Buriram United in Thailand. Title winner on 4 occasions, twice a Thai Cup winner. Well, plenty of time here for Consadole Sapporo to try and get something from this fixture. They trail by 2-1, but they've been the better side in this second half. We've still seen those counter-attacking opportunities presented to Kashiwa, but they haven't taken them since the restart, in stark contrast to what we saw in the first 45. Fukumori with the header. Takamina lets it bounce. Ogashiwa does well and retains possession, does really well. Kobayashi has got Asano right-hand side. Kamai edge of the penalty area. Ogashiwa wants it as well. Asano up against Diego Jara. Forward by Fukamori, and then Diego Jara wins it back. Is there a counter on? There's only Hosoya to try and hit. He's still coming forward here. The Brazilian wins a throw. Kobayashi complains that he didn't touch the ball. Kochiro Fukushima thought otherwise. Diego Jara flicked on for Yamada. Teus Savio won't get to that one. This is Super Choksara Chats. Measures the ball towards Lucas Fernandez. Twisting and turning one way and then the other, trying to get beyond Katayama. You can see the two players waiting to come on here. Tomoya Koyamatsu is one. Takamina is one to come off, and Yamada the other to come off. Kota Yamada is coming off, and KS Sento is coming on. So those are the alterations here for Kashiwa Reysol. Masami Ihara wanting to freshen things up a little bit. A little surprised to see Tomoki Takamina come off. Koyamatsu and Sento on. Koyamatsu in and out the starting lineup this season, did score against Consa in that 5-4 defeat. Kaya Sento, who was signed from Nagoya at the end of the last calendar year. Former Sagan and Marinos player. Savio's down here. Seem anything untoward there. Maybe as he moved away, just feeling the back. Katayama takes the throw, cleared away. Diego Jara to control. Kobayashi's after him. Koyamatsu. Katayama. Nakamura with the header away. Diego Jara once more, and Mattia Savio with a clever touch, but a comfortable save from Takagi. And here is Lucas Fernandez, tries to step across Yuta Yamada, and this is going to be a yellow card for Yuta Yamada. Still waiting for Ryota Aoki to come on. We did see him stripped and ready a good few minutes ago now, but he's still not on. Good experienced play from Lucas Hernandez. He didn't really have the pace to get away from Iichi Katayama, but eventually managed to step across him. It was the challenge from Yamada that sees a 23-year-old go into the book. So a free kick here for Consadole Sapporo. Fukamori to take, it's clever for Super Choksara Chat. Again, the shot is blocked. And then Suga wanting the free kick and getting it. What was that for? ball, I think. Might be on a final warning here. Would have been harsh to get a yellow card for that, but seen him given and all that. Akito Fukumori once again to take this set piece. Now Sapporo look for a leveller as we tick towards the final quarter of the fixture. Fukumori to deliver. Oh! Well, it looked like he was just going to curl it inside the penalty area. Plenty of disguise on this. He saw a gap and went for it top corner. A metre or so high and wide. Haven't scored from a free kick so far this season, directly from a free kick this season. Nakamura, away from Hosoya. Oh, the flick is good from Fukumori. Asano, this is Kobayashi. Ogashiwa, edge of the penalty area. Super Chuck Sarachap waits as well. Ogashiwa does well. Fukumori looking here for Fernandez. Lucas Fernandez with the spectacular. Just couldn't keep it down. Brilliant technique. He hasn't scored this season. Last goal coming against Urawa Reds back in October of last year. This would have been goal of the month contender. He scored 9 in 135 since moving from Fluminense, the Brazilian giants. Nakamura's header hits Komai. Hosoya. Mateus Savio. Yamada. Mateus Savio, and again, white shirts forward in this attack for Kashiwa Reysol. Katagama. Oh, it's good fast feet here from the fullback. Mateus Savio. And eventually the shot does come in. It's a fine save, though, from Takagi. Really good hit. Hosoya it was, looking for that hat-trick. Ball has been lost momentarily by Shiashi. Katayama suddenly to the fore, wins the header as well. Goes for the second ball. Haven't seen him really as an attacking force at all. Aichi Katayama. Fine save this from Shun Takagi. So I thought that the match ball was his. There's Savio to curl in. Well, if Katayama had gambled a bit more there, I think he might have been able to get on the end of that. He scored once this season, match day 1 against Gambara Osaka, a 2-2 home draw. Seemed to pick up the flight of the ball fairly late. Took a touch from a home boot somewhere on the way through. You can argue all you like, he's not going to change the decision. So Reysol remain on the attack. Takagi waits. Here comes the delivery, and Takagi, well, has to take a step back, but he keeps his arms outstretched as he drops to the turf. Don't see too many Olympicos these days. Shun Takagi. Akito Fukamori. Threaded through to Suga. And now Lucas Fernandez. Kashiwa wants it back. Lucas Fernandez. Sano calling for it. Far post. It was a delicate ball inside the penalty area that's cleared by Kashiwa Reysol. Lucas Fernandez again. 18 minutes remaining to try and find a lever, or even better for Consadole Sapporo, who have played more on the front foot in this second period, but have given the ball away there. Tanaka. Okamori for Kobayashi. Okashiwa. Kobayashi stretches, loses out. Matteo Savio on the move. Soya calling for it through the centre. This is Yamada. Matteo Savio looking to try and find Hosoya. And eventually the shot is fired well wide. Just wonder if the ball would have been better left for the striker here. It was taken on by Shihashi. Could he have just prodded it back towards the hat-trick seeking Hosoya? Seven goals in their last 3 home games for Consa. 15 shots you can see so far in the 73 minutes here. Going into the match week ahead of the games yesterday, 409 shots, attempts at goals, ranked second in the J-League for a team that's sitting 13th. And obviously indicates that it's not going forward where you've got your problems, but at the other end, and we've seen that today. Something for Mahalo Petrovic to work on in the off-season. Tanaka battling with Diego Jara. Cleared forward by Sento. Fukamori. Nakamura. Lucas Fernandez. To spin and turn up against Katayama again. It's been a good battle between the pair. This is Superchok Sarachat. Laid back towards Suga for Kamai. And now Daiki Suga again. Sapporo dominate possession. Threaded through for Okashiwa. This is Asano. Still Asano on his left side, looking to lay it off. Fukamori trying to just pass that one into the net. Didn't really get the power. It was easily blocked. Pressure just beginning to build. Curled in towards Daiki Suga. Oh, he should be concentrating on trying to get to the ball rather than looking at the referee. Has the whistle gone anyway here? What are the Sapporo players complaining about? Daiki Suga just stopped when the ball was just behind him. Well, everything is checked via VAR. What are we looking at here? Handball? Well, I guess there is. The rules seem to be interpreted in many different ways in situations like that. If it hits a defender's body part first and then onto an arm, it generally isn't given. However, world over, we have seen them given. And then the decision is to whether the arm is in an unnatural position after the touch. I tend to think that it's just an accident and a different generation. That'd be ball to hand, and you might get an indirect free kick inside the penalty area. That doesn't happen anymore. So it's whether the arm is bigger, the player has made himself bigger after the initial touch. And it happens in the blink of an eye, a split second. How on earth can you even try and work it out? So the explanation here to Yoshiaki Komai from the referee, we're going to see alterations from a Reysol point of view. Here are the changes. Yuta Yamada and Mateus Savio, the players that are coming off. Muto Toshima both coming on. Yukimoto a striker. Sachiro Toshima a midfielder. 4 changes made now for Kashiwa Reysol, and Consadole Sapporo still haven't made one. They are the side that don't really make too many alterations. 116 substitutions in the J-League, third fewest in the top division for the host, and they're yet to make an alteration. And there's just 13 minutes remaining. Here's another change, and it's Tsuchiya coming on for Katayama. Takumi Tsuchiya did play the previous game, to start the previous game. I thought Katayama had just started to play a little bit better, although he was down potentially with a bit of cramp a few moments ago, so maybe that's the reason for the switch. But it means that all 5 are done for Kashiwa Reysol, and none have been changed for Sapporo. How often do you see that with a dozen minutes remaining? Suga. It's going to spin towards Lucas Fernandez here. Just about controls. Okashio wants it. Plenty to aim for inside the box, but none of them hit. And the counter is on, and this is Koyamatsu, one of the substitutes. Oh, that's a poor challenge from Komai. Has to be a yellow card. Komai into the book. And a free kick for Kashiwa Reysol. Reysol with a free kick. Go to the edge of the penalty area, bounces through. No one can get on the end of it. Closest was Tsuchiya, the substitute, who's just come on. Last to be introduced by Masami Ihara. Must be a little concerned with the way this second half has gone, but he knows that his side still hold the points at the minute, all 3 of them. Nakamura, back for Takagi. And Takagi loses out, so he can't win it back. Pinballs around, it's a free kick. You can see to the left that Ryota Aoki, who's been waiting at least 10 minutes, if not more, to come on, and obviously Mihailo Petrovic is just waiting for some reason, maybe deciding who to take off. Tanaka, Nakamura. Away from Mutu. Tsuchiya. Finally, Aoki comes on. Kashiwa has run hard. He's been a bit of a pest to the opposition backline. Infield by Toshima. And the breakaway is on. Mayatsu still going. Good block. Nakamura gets down well. Just felt that if it had taken a touch there, Koyamatsu, there was 2 players to his right-hand side, didn't really spot the runs, or maybe felt he was that close in. Every right to go for glory. Just the 1 goal this season did come against Konsa. 100th J-League appearance for Ryota Aoki, incidentally. That's a decent hit, and it's just wide of the target. Well, Takagi didn't move. Chested it down neatly enough. Toshima, with the effort, scored in the quarter-final Emperor's Cup success over Nagoya. That's a bit of play acting, I think, for me here. It's Ishihashi that's gone down. I don't think there was any significant contact between the two players. Kobayashi is combative, as we know. But this will just waste a few seconds. Momentum has just been lost, really, from Consadole Sapporo after getting themselves back into the game with Superchok Sarachat's goal. What have they created since that? Not that many opportunities. Daiki Suga. Toya Nakamura. This is Yoshiki Komai. Shun Takagi. Tagai. Takagi forward, looking for Sarachat. Toshima. Muto stretches, doesn't get the ball. It's back with Komai. Kashiwa have it again. Muto round the corner. This is Sento to break forward. Hosoya might have to go himself here, and does. Slashes across the ball, always rising. Nothing else on, a glance to his left, took it on himself. Milan Tucic is on for Toya Nakamura, so a striker has come on for a defender. Just a change of tactic here. Milan Tucic, who hasn't scored in the J-League this season, scored 3 League Cup goals, last against Marinos in the 3-2 home win in the first leg of the quarter-final. Last J-League goal was way back in November 21. He scored a couple, in fact, and it was against Kashiwa Reysol in a 3-1 home success. Touch from Aoki. First time we've seen him get involved. Komai, Suga, 5 minutes remaining. Time running out here for Consadole Sapporo. This is going to be a big win for Kashiwa Reysol if they can pull it off. Sarachat jumps. Flicked forward by Fukamori. This is Lucas Fernandez. He's had a busy game on the left-hand side. He, more than most, have been trying to get Consa a point at least out of this one. Look where Takagi is, but he's done a good job there. Lucas Fernandez. And still, it's a good run. Kobayashi rises the challenge, but not quite enough, and then goes down. Takagi again. That was Manuel Neuer-esque, wasn't it, a few moments ago. Komai. Suga. High for Sarachat, he's done well. This is Luca Fernandez. Tucic calling for it. Sarachat, oh! Nearly got through. Just popped up. And then Matsumoto managed to grab at the second attempt. Don't think he had the momentum to go in here, but for a split second, It looked as if it might get beyond the keeper. Lucas Fernandez again with a really good run. And Superchok Sarachat almost just diverting this towards goal. He got a bit more on it, in fact, didn't he? But it almost came from the studs rather than the top of the boot. Late chances are falling Sapporo's way. Free kick. Not quite sure what that was. If Kenta Matsumoto was off his line, needed to be a bit better than that. This is Tanaka giving it away again. Have Reysol. Tucic will lay it off. Looks to get it back from Aoki. Just a little busier, a bit more energy and industry about the home side in the last 2 minutes or so. Can they keep it up? Aoki again leading the press. Tucic not the most mobile. Fernandez certainly is, and he's done well to get the block in. Flag has stayed down here. Tucic, Lucas Fernandez. Superchok Sarachat for Daiki Suga. Now it's with Kobayashi. Still Kobayashi. It's flicked up. Might fall for Tucic here. He can only put it wide. It was a difficult chance, really. It popped up. Tried to get the knee over the ball and keep it down. He did that, but he couldn't steer it into the corner. Kobayashi's strike bounced in front of the keeper. Awkward for Matsumoto. And the follow-up was always spinning wide and maybe covered by Kenta Matsumoto anyway. Well, it's most likely to be meaningless whether they pick up a point or not in the whole scheme of things in terms of their league position. Hosoya battling away with Daiki Suga, and he's won it back here. Hosoya for the hat-trick, looks to cut it back. There were two players waiting. The ball wasn't the best, and the shot likewise. Maybe should have gone himself. Two tired teams now. It's the right thing to do to lay it off, wasn't it? Muto's effort, always spinning wide. Don't see Daiki Suga shrugged off the ball that often. Tucic beaten in the air, free kick though. But while the point might not be that key for Sapporo's season, for Reysol, well, a win would be massive. Ball has been given away again. This is Koyamatsu. Muto wants it in field. Likewise, Sento. Muto. Space for Toshima here. Hosoya waits inside the penalty area. Does Lucas Fernandez get the final touch? It appears to be the case. 6 minutes of added on time. No hurry to take the flag kick, but eventually it is flicked in by Koyamatsu. Hosoya still battling hard. Well, he could well turn out to be the match winner here. Looking that way. And for Kashiwa Reysol's season, as we've mentioned, it will be huge. However, not over yet. And Yuya Asano breaks forward. Everything to his left at the minute. Still Asano loses possession. It's flicked away by Koyamatsu. Superchok Sarachat's coming off. Change here as Shingo Omori is coming on. Just a third appearance of the season for the 22-year-old to get a bit of experience late on. Here is Amori. Kobayashi. Fukumori. Kobayashi again. Landing forward here, Tucic wants it. Go for Daiki Suga. Lucas Fernandez. Daiki Suga again. Can he get the left boot around this one? He can. It's a really good ball in. Clear towards Asano. Back heel doesn't come off and it's prodded away. Muto runs into Komai, who's on a yellow card, but gets away with that. Aoki. Fukumori. Lucas Fernandez. Daiki Suga. Fukumori again. Now it's with Komai. Is there a way through for a late leveller? We're in the 4th minute of added on time. Sapporo 1. Reysol 2. Kobayashi. Aoki for Suga. Reysol defending deep here and in numbers. 6 strung across their own penalty area. Kobayashi. Asano. Kobayashi again, Tanaka. No way through. Reysol push out. Okamori looks to try and hit Suga with their diagonal, but it just bounces through and the pressure disappears. Hosoya, remember the name, a breakout season last term really, where there was 8 goals, but a dozen in 2023. He will be on the radar of some European clubs. Hosoya, he was standing in an offside position and he's not got the energy to run back. Could have had more than the 2. If they concede late on, they will really rue those missed chances. Certainly the one right at the start of the second half. Mateus Savio blazed over, and it looks like they're going to get over the line and do just about enough here. Might not have had as many chances as the home side, but they've been clinical by and large in front of goal. That's been the difference, hasn't it? Chances just haven't been taken, or enough of them, by Consadole Sapporo. And the travelling fans will be the happier of the 2 sets of supporters. They've enjoyed their afternoon at the Sapporo Dome. Precious seconds just being played out. The game management by and large has been good from Kashiwa Reysol in the last 10-15 minutes after they were under pressure, and they've won it back high up the pitch here again. Just need to keep it in that area at the moment, don't need to take the shot on. Oh. Well, if you score it's all right, if you don't it's not. But why not have a crack from Yukimoto? Last chance, 6 minutes of added on time is up, and we're not going to play that many seconds over, and it's a huge win for Kashiwa Reysol, courtesy of 2 goals from Mao Hosoya. They know how big it is as they strive for their top flight status for 2024. Superchok managed to get a goal back, but Hosoya's 2 first-half strikes was enough. Sapporo fall to Reysol. Full-time score, Hokkaido Consadole Sapporo 1, Kashiwa Reysol 2. And it's the visitors that will head back happy after those 2 first-half strikes from their in-form forward. And although they had to withstand some pressure in the second half, didn't matter that that man missed a glorious opportunity at the start of the second period, and it's the away fans that can celebrate today. Game played at a good pace early on. It dipped a little bit in the second half, as you would imagine. But Consadole Sapporo, well, they're still conceding, but they're not scoring as many as they did. And although there's only the one goal between the two sides this time around, in the reverse fixture, they shared 9 here, just the 3, and it's Kashiwa that come out on top. Mihailo Petrovic has seen his side season just drift away over the course of the campaign. They had a really good spring. They were an upwardly mobile side. They were knocked out of the cup, the Emperor's Cup by Kashiwa, and of course out the League Cup by Marinos more recently. And their season is ending with a whimper rather than a bang for Kashiwa Reysol. Well, it's the reverse, because the Emperor's Cup is still very much on. They'll be taking part in that semi-final in their next fixture against Roasa Kumamoto, a second-tier side. They will expect to win that one, even though they are away from home. And their top-flight status not assured just yet, but this is going to be a big win and a big stride towards making sure that they're playing in the J-League next season. That's what these supporters want. And then maybe next term they can kick on and be more of a force at the right end of the table, rather than scrapping for their J1 lives as they have been for much of this season. Got off to a poor start, but they have recovered. And just one defeat in their last 9 now. It's been a good run right at the right time, and Masami Ihara has to take a lot of credit for that. Likewise the players as well. Matteo Savio certainly put in plenty of hard yards. Mao Hasoya, the goal scorer, of course, with 12 this season. He has been key to their upswing in fortunes over the course of the season. So it's Kashiwa Reysol that pick up a crucial and a big 2-1 success against Sapporo here. Really big win for the visitors. Can they kick on and make the final of the Emperor's Cup? It's a competition that they haven't won for over a decade. Last in 2012. It will be huge for these players and these supporters, who have been loyal through what's been a difficult 2023. But suddenly things are looking a lot brighter. Not so much for the team in red and black. He contributed once again, Super Chok Sarachak, but his goal was not enough to give them a springboard for at least a share of the spoils. Kobayashi had a hand in the goal as well, as did Asano. Didn't really see the best from either of those two players today. Their form has dipped over the course of this calendar year. It has to be better if they are to be a force once again for Kashiwa Reysol. As their players head to the dressing rooms, well, they know that they can look forward to a better end to the campaign. Let's get some post-match reaction.
大きな勝ち点3です。今のお気持ちを。
まず彼と良かったです。
それではゴールシーンを振り返ってみます。まず1点目、相手のミスからボールがつながって、そしてキーパーと1対1の場面になりました。振り返ってください。
サビオがボール持った瞬間に、自分も動き出そうと思ってたので、本当にいいボールが来て、ちょっと距離はありましたけど、うまく流し込めたかなと思います。
そして2点目、